So we are now
Yeah.
recording, okay, and that will convert at the end of our session, and then I will send that to you through Dropbox.
Thank you.
You can't do it through email because it's too big a file.
Yeah.
But Dropbox is also a free service as well.
Yeah, I've got that.
Oh, great. Okay, Ian, so bring me up to date with what you actually want from today.
I don't know. World peace. No, I'm joking.
At a human level, Ian. At a human
Yes.
level.
Hey, you didn't set a limit. I'm a no limit guy. You made me this way. So, no, it was just really to go through. Oh, excuse me, earpieces and whatnot. When we did that session last time, and we had that I am alignment, that was fantastic. And when we did that and this, what I found is that as I've gone away and practiced that, I found very much that I've had blocks in my body afterwards where I couldn't get back through the steel sheet that was separating my torso from my lower body, and therefore couldn't get it down to my feet. So for me, what I've realised that I've had to do, I've got an itchy ear, is very ungentlemanly like. What I've done is I've played with it because I couldn't. I thought I need to understand why I've got the blocks, and so from that I then decided that I would put my hands around my head in various places.
Right.
Okay, because I felt that the blocks, if it's not perhaps strong enough, or I'm not able to circulate it well enough down, perhaps it's not coming in strong enough because I might be blocking it. So I now do that, and I do sort of here, temple, neck.
Fantastic.
I've been doing it, and I've even done it on my groin this morning because I hadn't done that before. Hips is one thing, but I then went just around. And gradually, as I've been doing that over the last week, it's unblocked more and more and more and more.
Yeah.
But the alignment of the I am as was when I did it with you hasn't been as strong, but I have been doing it. But I do get a connection now. The one thing that has been very interesting, and I meant to ask you the question last time and forgot, or perhaps I was destined not to, I don't know. But what I found very interesting is that in the way that mediums are taught, to work and open up and shut down and all the rest of it, and protect ourselves and this and that, I meant to ask you a while ago, but I thought to myself, I don't know that I do necessarily want to shut myself down. I do because then by dint I'm not in full powerful connection for alignment, and that then is contrary to what it is that I'm here to do. And so over time I've played over the last couple of years, I've played with different sort of protections as I've been taught and people have advised, and sometimes done none, and then I've had to get cleared, and I've felt better for that. So okay, well, I know there's something that sometimes I need to cleanse myself. And like with all of this as well, I've just come to the conclusion where actually I just flow and now just address the things that I do. I know, and I now visualize myself for protection per se. I don't shut myself down. I'm not dumbing myself down. No. And so now what I know is I just visualize myself surrounded as a mind, body, soul, spirit with the white light that goes around me like a cocoon and then physically passes down through me from up down through to Mother Earth. And I know that does everything that I need it to do. And that's how I'm going through it. And I'm working better. Now, when I did a reading yesterday, I didn't do, and I went to help a lady actually, because she was struggling a bit, and I did that for nothing for her. And I went up there and we just started talking, and it just started because it does what it needs to. So, it's completely changed me. And I think at some probably level that I wasn't acknowledging, I was already changing, if you see what I mean.
Yes,
that's not, and it's probably knocking around with Herberts like you is part of that,
Oh, yeah, of course you are changing all the time.
Yeah.
And as you say, so something happens in your outer circumstances and you think, I'll get in touch with Hazel, but it's for a much deeper reason, as you know.
Yeah.
Now, there's two things I want to address here. Fantastic the way you're using what we did in the session. Yeah. Touch your head, you know, like schizophrenics, bipolar,
Yes.
always get them to do this.
Yeah.
People with a lot of migraines here.
Yeah.
And they just hold their brain literally
Yes.
as they can, you know. And here, I always get people to hold here because a lot of what they cannot speak gets stuck in the jaw. And that's going to lead eventually, if they do that compounded over many, many years, that's going to lead to cancer of the tongue and the jaw and, you know, not necessarily cancer, but really traumatic, deep illnesses. So just holding the jaw like this and loving it, you know, is going to help everything in the body. So, you know, I love you and it's just fantastic work. Now, I've got two things to add about the white light, for example. Now, when you say white light, make sure it's the golden white light, you know, like the colour of the noonday sun.
Yeah.
Not like a blast of white light that might come from an atom bomb.
No. Okay.
All right. Because there are many false gods on this planet. And there are many false gods that animate those false gods on the planet. Yeah. Makes sense?
Yeah.
What I'm saying? And they have brought through the moon many false masks.
Okay.
So to use an absolute white light is not good. That has been brought in by those who are anti-life, meaning God. Okay. But if you use rainbow light or like a pure sunlight light, isn't pure white, because those are the colours of God. And as we both know, I think you know, that the rainbow is God's promise to us, and nobody can make that something that it's not. So that's the only thing I would add to that. And then that is the ultimate protection. You know, as you know, the seventh level of everybody's aura, which is our connection to God through the aura, everybody has a thin gold line around their aura, which is God's protection. But of course, that can be weakened if they have no faith, if they really shun everything that is to do with God, you know, and that means that crown chakra is absolutely closed. There's only two chakras that do not go into the psychic world of the fourth dimension, which you obviously use a lot in your mediumship. Now, the root chakra and the crown chakra do not penetrate into the fourth dimension. Right. Okay, to be clear on the fourth dimension, that is where all the dead people come to communicate with us, and everything that ever existed from anybody's mind exists in that fourth dimension. So the crown chakra is either open or closed, or it's in the process of opening. There's no gradient like there is with the other chakras 2 to 6, okay? Now, as you rightly say, now many years ago when I was working churches and so on, there's, open or close the chakras. Like you, I just intuitively knew no. I just intuitively knew that if there was something going on in those chakras, there was something in my character that was not right, which caused the slowing down of the chakra, or for people outside of me to be able to hook into me, or for people from that other dimension to hook into me, because I too was on their frequency.
I feel a lot more energetic as well.
Yeah. Did you say, what, as in you've got more energy, or?
Yeah, I feel, yes. I feel more energetic in every sense, alive, ready to go. Yes, more vitality.
More vitality, Yes. Great. So that's good. So, totally on the same page as you. You cannot, when you get to your level, you need to be doing what you're doing. Now, having said that, with people that are just understanding that they've got psychic energy centers that we call chakras, to me they're twofold. They are psychic centers and they are character building centers. They're levels of consciousness, in other words. Right? So with you, as you're learning, and well, you're not learning, you're actually doing it, bringing the I am more in, that is all the protection you need. That is it, because that means you are love personified.
Yeah.
And when you are love personified, nobody on this planet can rock your energy level, your energy, except you.
Yeah.
Coming down into being more and more human, and they're in a garage, being resentful, even being tired will lower our frequency, which means you just sleep, you just take care of that.
Yes.
If you're cold, it's going to affect you. You know, it really, even if, for example, you're working with a client and you start to get really cold, but it's not a spirit, it's you getting cold, you need to take care of that, and that will bring your human body levels back up to that frequency. Okay? And likewise, if you're hungry, you're going to be weakened in the body by that. Makes sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's really just with you and your heart and the way you work and your character, that they are just the tweaks on a daily basis, you know, with clients, the way you work and so on. Does that make sense?
Yeah, a lot of sense.
Great. Yeah, because you know that the second level, the sacral chakra, if you open up to the psychic world, the next dimension from that level, you're going to deal with a lot of lower consciousness people. But it's not to say they're bad or anything like that. They just need help.
Yes.
They just need help passing over. They need help with their emotions, you know, la-di-da-di-da. So we don't demonize them, as you know, but many people do demonize them simply because their own fears of what's happening do that. So they would need to learn to protect themselves by using thought forms in the form of shields over those chakras. But that is very, very temporary measure until they can love.
Yeah.
Right? Because everybody, dead or alive, is worthy of our attention and help in passing totally to the light. Because it's a tragedy when people demonize these dear lost souls that are the same as us. They're people really traumatized. In fact, I was helping a lady just last week, and she's coming along really nicely, but she's a little bit ignorant of divine laws. And she had this spirit, this dead woman, pop into her auric field and connect with her. That really frightened my client. But when I explained to her, and we connected, and within minutes, you know, these souls go to the light if you handle it correctly. It takes less than 3 minutes, less than 2 minutes sometimes. They have to know what you're doing. So anyway, we connected with this spirit, this lost soul in the world, but I got my client to do it because she needs to know. And we discovered that this poor woman was so scared of going to the light because of her indoctrinated religious beliefs of hellfire and brimstone, all right, when she was alive on the planet. And also that we couldn't call on her mother or her father because of incestuous relationships there. So this poor woman lost in the astral world was, you know, she was just paralyzed. In the same way she was paralyzed while she was on the earth, had no one to turn to. But we communicated with her together. I held the space, and my client did the work beautifully. And so this dear soul passed into the light. So
fantastic.
So and then you go up to the solar plexus chakra, you open up. You're already open to the fourth dimension, the psychic world from that level. And there you're going to meet with people who have engaged in malicious gossipers, people who contaminate the truth, who tell lies and are full of deceit, all right, from that chakra level. But also you're going to meet with people who are highly intelligent and witty, but have got another reason for being at that level in the astral world. And then, of course, from the heart level, you open up into the astral world at that frequency, and you will sense the spirits and feel them, and you might even feel, oh, it's a man and so on, but you won't really get the full information from them, like i.e. names, places, and so on. yeah, I'm sorry if I'm teaching you to suck
No,
eggs,
no, no,
but
no,
that's
no.
that level. So you won't get, that's the beginning of really connecting with the true spirit world beyond the fourth dimension. And then you come to the throat, which is when you're in the real spiritual realms, where
Yeah,
everything is so clear, which is where you work from, and above, which is what you
yeah,
want. You
yeah.
want the feeling, but you don't want to work with that. You know, I
No.
like feeling because it gives me that extra knowing that what I'm
Mm,
saying is on the right track. But if
yeah,
you're what you call a mental medium and you're working from the throat, there is no feeling attached to that level. It's just boom, boom, boom.
boom, boom.
This is
Yeah,
what they're saying. They live at One New Road. They lived in Oxford. Their mum's name was this. And it's so
yeah,
precise. It's magical. But you can only
yeah,
get to that level when you're sufficiently clear on all the lower levels, because it builds your character
yeah.
on that level and you earn that right to the truth. You
I
know,
think I'm working more from that level now,
definitely. Yeah.
and that's building with me. And
Yeah.
last night that was very good, because it was quite funny, because I was talking to this lady whose father had crossed, and I said, and you know, you just, with confidence, if you like, but it's not confidence, because you're just talking. As
Yes.
sure as you're saying it's red or blue, you're
Yeah.
saying, oh, by the way, he's got his dog here, and I
Yeah.
think I want to call him Prince.
Yeah.
So, you know, and she said, yeah, that's his name.
Yeah.
And there's no doubt. You just
Yeah.
want to,
You
you
just
want to
know.
say it. Yeah.
And that is the throat level and above.
Yeah.
And you
Yeah.
will, and you're at that level because you've done the inner work of clearing your crap,
Yes.
basically. You know,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
that's why you have now reached that level in your own multidimensional reality, that you work from the throat and above. So you're beyond those feeling levels.
Yeah.
Makes sense. So you just know.
I'm
Knowing is
ting-
direct contact with God.
I'm tingling as you were talking
There
then.
you go. That's where you're at, my love.
Yeah.
And you know, I applaud you because not
Thank you.
easy. It's not
No.
easy. So, so we're on the same page with how I've
Yeah.
described how that works for someone who's working as a medium. I
Yeah.
hesitate to call you psychic because you're spiritual, and that's the difference, you know.
Yes.
So I'm tingling now.
Yeah.
That you are not a psychic medium, you're a spiritual medium because you're working
Yeah.
from the spirit, which is God.
Yeah.
Great,
Yeah.
fantastic. So now then, you're saying to me that you're bringing that I am down and you're learning in your own tweaking and refining it to bring it
Yeah.
down into the body to clear more and more your muscles and the organs in your body.
And more importantly, I'm being guided, like I did this morning, you know, just to felt like I needed to put my hands, you know, on my groin area.
Yeah, that's right.
And so, you know, that hadn't come before. So it is just kind of, I'm almost I'm healing my body.
Yes, you are. Well, I'd prefer to say you're aligning your body.
Yeah.
And just putting our hands with love, as we said before, it's got to come from love or this will not be permanent,
Yeah.
long lasting. And that's where so many people fall down. They do not do it from love. They're doing it from their head. They feel better for 5 minutes or 5 days, and then they're back to where they started because they are not understanding what love feels like in the body or how to love. And
Yeah.
so many people are really shocked to find that what they thought they were coming from love, they're not. And this is, you know, the word we must get out and show people in their body what love feels like.
Yeah.
So that's so important. So yeah, and we come down to the groin, which is an iffy area for lots of people, but it is just tracing the pelvic bowl, you know, the pelvic girdle bone. I don't know if we did that last time, but you just
we did.
And you just bring your hands together at the pubic bone where that bone meets, and you just even putting your hand just between your legs to get that warmth there. And I love you. I love you at this level. We have to love it all, even though we might find it abhorrent. That's a mindset.
Yes.
And that simply has to change. We just have to, breadcrumb by breadcrumb, change that belief about our bodies, you know, that our bodies are beautiful. And if you find parts of your body, or people find parts of their body ugly, the first job is to love it no matter what, you know, and train ourselves to look in the mirror at our lovely faces and just look deep into our eyes. I love you, Ian. I love you, Hazel. And your soul meets you there.
And it's almost like the I'd describe it that the how can I put it? It's just a flash of something somebody said. I'd almost describe it that in all of us, it's a bit like our sun is behind a cloud, and and something that got channeled to me a long time ago, because it makes sense with what you're saying, is that love has the power to move the clouds out of any sky. It's a quote that was channeled to me, and I use it. It's on my business cards. And it is that. And this work is that love, because it's the divine, the divinity that is the wind of change that blows the cloud once we allow it.
Absolutely. I'm tingling again. So to me, the way I interpret that to my students, to my clients, is love holds the space, which is the cloud. You know, the density of our limiting belief in the body. We hold that with love. The cloud blows away the density of our pain, our trauma, our limiting belief. All right. And then the light, which is God, comes in to change us and the world. And so this is where I make it clear, because I think it's important to be precise, is that love changes nothing, but it prepares the way, as Jesus taught us. It prepares the way for the light of God to come in and change us. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because the sun is God, is what religion is God.
Yeah, it's back to the old Buddhist thing of, you know, the flower doesn't try to bloom, it just simply blooms. But it's blooming because the sun is on it. Yeah,
exactly. Lovely. Yeah. So, shall we do a little bit of bringing it through and see how you go today?
Yes, please. Yeah. I'm actually really happy, because just where I've been playing with it over the last week, I've realised I've sort of done my homework in a way without being set it, that I've found my own way when I've realised it's not working like Hazel did it, which is why I first came back to you. Yeah. And in some ways, if I'm honest now, that's probably through fear, like, oh, it's not doing that, therefore it's wrong, must run back to teacher.
Yeah.
But I feel now that I have been not doing the right thing, but working with what needed to be worked with.
Yeah.
So I'll be curious to see how it goes now.
Yeah, me too. Okay, so just being relaxed. As you know, a relaxed body is what opens the doorway to all of this. If we're tense, you know, nothing can get in. We're just so contracted that we're in anxiety or panic, you know. So relax. Feeling your feet on the floor. This is where we start, as you know, with regulating the nervous system. So close your eyes. And you're just with your feet. Your intention and your attention, good, is on your feet. Good. Now you're with Ian right now. Nothing else but you and Ian. And for 5 seconds, Ian, we're not going to think. You're just going to feel your feet. Good. Now doing that every so often just changes the habit in the neurons of the brain, what we think about. So we begin to stop overthinking. Now I want you to open your eyes very, very gently, nothing fast, because you won't be regulating your nervous system. You will be activating more adrenaline and more cortisol. So now I just want you to look at me in the camera. Good. But from that place within you. Good. Just like that. Smile. Remember, lovely. That brings in the love just by doing that, softening the body. So now you're connected to Ian, but you're looking at Hazel, and you can connect with me, but from that place that you're connected with within you. All right. So you're not coming from Ian's mind. You're actually coming from Ian's I am presence right now.
Yeah. I'm very much in my chest.
Great. So you know you're with Ian, and you're connected to Hazel, but you're not coming right over me, because if you do, that means you're trying to take control from your mind. Good.
Yes.
Smile. Don't forget to smile all the time. Yeah, that is lovely. And can you notice how that just spreads through your chest and makes your chest easier?
Yeah.
Great. Now let that feeling of the softness go all the way down your body, right into your groin, down, and see how far down your legs it can go to your feet.
I can feel it in my feet.
Yeah, but can you feel it going, that it's in your pelvis, it's in your bottom?
Yes.
Feel it? Right, okay, now I'm seeing that it's a bit tense there in your actual anus, so clench your anus together and relax. Because you've got fear in there about surviving. That's what that means.
Yeah.
Right, so we can just stay here for a minute, and you can tweak that in your way, how you need to kind of tweak or broaden what we're doing.
Yeah.
And I know you'll get your own guidance on that.
Yeah.
All right. So you're still, can you feel like a tension from your solar plexus down?
Yes.
Now I'm getting really hot, so I know you are aligning more, right?
Yeah.
So what that means to me is, you know, you're making all these dense places, cloud, move without even having to go into your story of why that is there.
Yeah.
All right? Okay. We just want you to breathe and relax. Good. Smile. Yeah. And let that smile drop down to your bottom. Even our bottom must smile. Tuning fork, remember. Great. That's a bit better. Notice how that's more relaxed in that area.
Yeah.
Notice that? Great.
Yeah.
So you're,
I feel it,
yeah?
a little woozy.
Right, okay. You can either go with that or
okay.
not. That's up to you.
That's
You're
okay.
changing
That's
frequency.
okay.
That's what that means.
That's okay.
And you can feel nauseous as well. That just means your body is changing frequency and you're catching up with your soul frequency at, you know, at a cellular level.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Now with me, as I'm working, you've got a huge lot of pressure on my head. My face is getting really hot. All right. Now I know that's me, not you. Okay. So I'm now opening all that up and letting that, whoa, come all the way down. So see how in this session we're serving each other.
Yes.
Which is beautiful.
Yes.
Beautiful. Oh, lovely, lovely. Your energy it just kind of filled more. Does that make you became more full of your eye?
Yes. Yeah.
Fantastic. Okay. Now remember we did the lungs and we put a hand across. How did that work for you?
It works well. It works better when I do it like that and like that, more than like that. For some reason I feel restricted.
Well, that's for the heart, Ian.
Yeah.
When you hug yourself, like we did, like that, that's to help your heart, not your lungs.
Yeah.
Right, so I would suggest that feeling means you've got some restriction, density in your own heart.
Yeah, right? That makes sense.
Just don't hold yourself so tight. Give your heart more space to breathe. Because that's what that is telling you. But this across the chest is for your lungs. The hug is for your heart.
Yes.
All right, in your physical body. Makes sense?
Yes.
So if you felt restricted in the heart, just loosen. It means, you know, go gently with yourself.
Yeah.
Go gently, because we don't want a crisis here.
Yes.
You know? I mean, you're sharing this with other people, I hope, eventually. And some people are not where you are, but they need to titrate what they're doing, which means go softly, go slowly.
Yeah.
Even if it takes a couple of weeks, let's go as slowly as each of us needs to.
Yes.
Good. Okay, let's go back to your bottom. You've tightened up a bit.
Yeah.
Notice from the back of your spine where your navel would be down.
Yeah.
You've tensed. Can you notice that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you put your hand. Have you got your hands on your pelvis?
No, I have now.
And you can put both your hands across your belly to your navel, so you're holding all of that part of yourself.
Yeah, I do that a lot, actually.
Yeah. And then follow that round with the bones of the pelvis. And even don't forget the sacrum at the back of you. You know, that's a big block of vertebra there. Yeah, right there. And just warm that up. That's right where your root chakra is.
Yeah.
You know, and you can feel that bone as it comes down, you know, right to the bottom. You can feel the coccyx there. Yeah, great. Just love that. Just love that. Now, this is also, if people have damaged their coccyx or any of their bones in an accident, they're going to have trauma there. It's not just about emotional trauma. You'll have trauma in the bones because of the impact of an accident. And so that is good to do it because of that reason. So just to emphasize, it's not just emotional, but of course, if you've had a traumatic accident, it's going to be emotional as well, isn't it?
Of course.
So that will come up as well. Now relax. Remember, this is effortless. Yeah, good. Can you notice how that really tensed you? So you've obviously got something going on there that, and remember, this level is unconscious. So this can be past life. But it's
I know what it is.
Oh, right. Oh, good. And you are the sum total of all that you are, past life, future life, all of it.
Yeah.
Great. Okay, if you know, that's good. So let's just hold that. Now, with what you know, which is the story, do you feel it's heart-based or grief or sadness?
Heart.
Heart?
Yeah.
Yeah. So now you know why you're restricted when you do that. So let's try a little experiment. Go up to your heart now, having loosened a bit from the coccyx, and let's hold the heart. You take your right hand, you put it under, you know, here.
Yeah.
And then we put the other hand right opposite.
Yeah.
I can't see what you're doing, love, but I think you're a bit twisted. Let me see. Oh, your right hand. Yeah. Okay. No, the hand with the bracelet needs to go on top of your arm.
Oh, here.
Yeah. So you're like this. Can you see what I'm doing?
Yeah.
This.
Yeah.
I've got this elbow on top. Yours is kind of crossed like that.
No, yeah, I've got it.
Have you? Right, like that.
Yeah.
And then like that. So we're not crossed over, which even you doing that tells me you're holding yourself too tight. You're so unconsciously conscious, if you like, of protecting your own heart.
Yeah.
Right, and loosen that up a bit. Just loosen the hands. Give yourself, bit more. That's it, until you feel absolutely safe and smooth. And this is about right. The amount of holding. I don't need this because it's suffocating. I need it a bit, like that. Maybe that's a bit too loose. Play with it. Just play with how the correct pressure, if that's the right word, with that.
Yeah, that's there.
Is that better? And you feel, see, hear that sigh? That tells us.
Yeah.
That's the amount of holding you need. Now, that's going to show up in your outer life is that you cannot thrive with someone in your outer life, whether it's a partner, a member of your family, or whoever, if they come around you too much, if they suffocate the heart. That's what that's telling you.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Okay, space. I can't have you this close to me.
Yeah.
Right? Makes sense. It doesn't mean you don't love them. It just means they want to invade you too much. Does that make sense?
Yes, that's
so
it.
What we as humans do with it, just back off, you know, we want to say to them. But if we practice what we're doing now, we're going to be safe no matter what. Now, the reason that might be happening to you in your personal life is because you've still got work to do with your own heart.
Yeah.
As in, my heart is wide open. You can say, do what you want. Doesn't affect me. None of it's personal. I like to call myself Ian a universal lover.
Yeah.
Right? But there will be 1 or 2 or 3 very special people that I will gel with at a heart level more than most. You know, like in the Bible it said, you know, even Jesus had his favorite disciples. That's what it means.
Yeah.
All right? Because some people are so demanding and it hurts our heart when they're like that. If we do not understand our own empathy. So through your heart and your third eye, you're going to now, after this, you will alchemize that everything to compassion.
Yes.
You know, I know you're very compassionate, but everything's going to be compassion.
Yes.
And that will then flow out into your outer life. The dynamics will have to change. People have to come up more to your frequency, or they can't be in your field, your aura.
Yes.
Good. Okay, so we're feeling your heart now. How is that feeling?
Yeah, it feels good. It feels, I want to say flush, so more full of colour. That's how I feel it.
Yeah, good. Okay. And so plump. Did you say? Plump. Yeah. Good. Full. Lovely. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. That makes me smile. Now, as you said that smile in me dropped down to my solar plexus, which, you know, I just want to giggle now, which is what I call it, God's champagne bubbles flowing through me. Good. Now you're doing it. Now, as you're holding your heart, hold your heart, and let's go back down to your sacrum, to your bottom. Squeeze that in and out. And see how that works. See how you feel. And, you know, if you need to move your arms and put your hands back on your coccyx, then do that so that you're tuning those two levels. Make sense?
Yeah. No, I just want to sit with them near my belly.
Okay, right, great. Let's just do that then. Yeah. And you'll have stuff come up. I can see it all loosening, like nuts and bolts loosening.
My belly's relaxed as well.
Yeah, great, fantastic. Now, what's your lower belly like? You know, the navel area and lower.
I just feel like I've let go a little bit. It feels like I've let the little bit extra that's there that shouldn't be there is now hanging over the belt.
Yeah, great. That's fantastic, Ian. So it's just you using what we've done, well, for the rest of your life, really, while you're talking about that human body. But as you and I both know, it gets easier and easier, and we can do it like that, even while we're talking to someone.
I keep seeing specks here, there, and everywhere whilst we're sitting here as well. So little flashes of light, you know.
Oh right, yes. Spirit lights.
Yeah.
The light of the spirit that is with you. Oh, it's so lovely, and doesn't that warm your heart?
It does. It's fantastic.
I know it is lovely. Right, that now let that relaxation fall down to your belly, to your bottom, and just hold what needs to be held from that place of love. Smile. That smile there, perfect. So we never smile where it becomes false, because that shuts it all down. That's the head coming in.
It feels like I've, you know, with a picture, you can make them brighter or darker.
Yeah.
As I'm sitting here, the room as I look at you is just getting like it's brighter and brighter.
Yeah. I know what you mean, yeah. That's, you know, obviously, you know, you and I both know the brighter the spirit light that's with us, the more evolved they are. So the brighter we see things like you're seeing now, you're on that frequency of brightness, right? Which is really high. It's very evolved when we see really bright lights. You know, like stars. I see them like stars. That's what you mean, isn't it?
Yes, that's right.
And I see them in different colours, you know, and they come, they're like a sparkler, really, really bright. And they can be blue or whatever colour.
Yeah.
Brightness of that light denotes what level you're at, because that's what's able to work with you now.
Yeah.
Makes sense? They don't just come. Bright lights don't work with anyone. We have to be that so that we are then on the same wavelength.
I have. It's like it's a mild sleet shower at the moment. It's sort of dropping down.
Like a Roman candle kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay, just enjoy that, because that, remember, although you're seeing that objectively, it's in your body. It's coming through you, and you get it out either objectively or subjectively. It makes no difference.
Yeah.
Great. So you are much loved, as you know. Yeah. And the more you love yourself, the more love you can acknowledge that's coming through you, to you, and for you to transmit. That's Still a little bit of tension, but hey, you know,
that's all right.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Just check your spine, especially your lower spine, where you might need to adjust your hands for that love.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's it. And just imagine you're opening up like a beautiful peacock. Yeah. Relax the shoulders, relax the... Yeah, see, notice that, how tight that was. Yeah. We're holding on. We're just waiting. That means, you know, we're waiting for the next shoe to drop, or we've got too much responsibility, we feel. But of course, we haven't got any, really. We just haven't got any. Check the tension's not creeping in. It's creeping in again. Notice that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Great. Great. Now, this is good. I'm seeing your etheric head getting smaller, which tells me you're more and more out of your mind than you were before, right? Good. Okay. Just relax more. Come down to your smile. Yeah. Smile. Drop those shoulders. Oh, just drop right in. Okay. Now just follow, keep your eyes closed.
Yeah.
And follow your breath. And just notice anything that arises as a sensation in your body, or pictures in front of your eyes, or colours. Thoughts about your day, images, words, desires. Allow them to be just as they are. Don't hook into any of them. And meet your sense of who you are as kindly as you can, with great love. And I want you to imagine you're the size of a subatomic particle. Very, very small, extremely small. You're so small that you have no power, no control, no ability to grasp anything, no ability to think or have an opinion on this, that, or the other. Good, good, good. You just are. We're not going to think for 5 seconds, or 10 if you can manage it. Good, good. You are so small that you have no power of your own as a human to argue, debate, have an opinion over this, that, or the other. You have no needs, wants, or desires. You're simply merging more and more with your I am presence. And that as a human, you have no wants, needs, or desires of anything from anything. And in this way, you give up the world to own the world, per se. Your I am. Good, good, good. Oh, this is lovely. I'm seeing behind you loads of pink and blue and green, you know, like a huge firework display.
Yeah.
And I really want to say to you, Ian, welcome home.
Thank you.
Welcome home.
Thank
to
you.
your I am presence, your higher self, your gateway to all that you truly are, your multi-dimensional self. But we don't want to think. You went up into your head a little bit. So we go back to that you are so small, you have no power over anything. You can not control anything. You have no ability to grasp anything or have any opinion on anything that arises in your consciousness. You just let it float by. You don't engage, because that's not your I am presence. It's the fourth dimensional level where everything is. even ascended masters. When you've truly connected with your I am, you can pass through the fourth dimension and play in that huge, massive playground at your leisure. But for now, your I am is ready, and you are ready to merge completely with it. It's a process, remember, over the coming days.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah.
So why did you open your eyes just then?
I don't know. I just felt like I wanted to.
All right, great. Feel that in your body where you are now. It's kind of like a floating in the spaciousness of it all. Do you know what I mean?
Mm.
That's you. That's really good space to be. All right? Just let that guide you. That's you in what is called the void. If you're into Abraham Hicks, they call it the vortex.
Yeah.
This is the great void. Now look in that void for a light or an opening. You don't have to do this right now. You can do it after, when you listen to the recording. If you look, some people call it a wormhole, just look for an opening and you can pass through that into the pure light. But that means you will leave for a little while this third dimension and the fourth dimension way behind you. But of course you can always come back. But we're not talking about out of body here. There's a difference, Ian. All right?
Yes.
So where you are now, and it's like in the whole of your body, it's like your body is containing everything, which it does. It's all in the body. The worlds are within us. So for example, with me, when I went through this process, I saw the whole solar system and I realized that I was the solar system. It was actually in my body as I looked down.
Yeah.
But I wanted to go beyond that because the solar system is not the fifth dimension and beyond. We created that to come and play in the playground. Make sense?
Yeah.
All right, great. Good. Now just let me know what's going on with you, how you're feeling.
Yeah, I had like around my field of vision, it went a bit cloudy on the edges.
Yeah.
I think just because of the way I'm sitting physically, I can feel the stretch on my chest. But what I want to say is it almost feels like I'm stretching a tightness.
Getting out of your comfort zone, basically, breaking through another barrier. So I would titrate that. I'd do that slowly, Ian. You know, obviously you're going to use this and in your own way, you'll tweak it and so on.
Yes.
But that's what's happening to you, my love. Yeah. Huge. It is huge what is happening to you. You understand that, don't you? And take your time to explore it. Okay?
Yes.
All right. Yeah. Okay. Now, lots of love to you, and
thank you.
know where I am.
Thank you. And you, yes. Thank you so much.